Welcome back to Jesters of Middle-earth, where a group of comedians try to destroy the One Ring. With Frodo lost to the flood, the remainder of the Fellowgroup headed to Rivendell, following Arwen, who had stormed off after Tyler couldn't recall her name. When they arrived at the Elvish sanctuary, Arwen informed them that there would soon be a meeting to discuss the ring. But in the meantime, Adam and Guy's respective kin were waiting for them. A delegation from Gondor would be eager to learn that Tyler was alive. Yolo's father was drunk and making a scene, and no one seemed to recognize Dell. Can Wet Change convincingly improvise their way through reunions with friends and family they've never met? I doubt it.
Oh,
hi.
Hello. Ah! It's so strange, you know. You're here, we're here. Well, what a delightful coincidence.
What are you doing here? Who let you in?
Oh. Tyler's protecting his modesty there. You know, it's important. It's important to do. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a lovely little break. Oh, yes. Well, let us do a quick recap before we dive back into our adventures. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're all a little delirious. Many of us are sick. Dell is unfortunately out sick tonight, so I'm playing the role of Dell. We have arrived in Rivendell. We reached the end of our journey and rolled one of the few results that doesn't result in like horrible consequences for arrivals.
Nice.
That was good. Unfortunately, the party did suffer a point of shadow for the loss of Frodo Baggins, who was swept away. Despite the party's efforts to try and find him, he is gone. Tyler realized that he knows Arwen. It was terribly awkward for all involved. Guy threatened Yolo. It was pretty reasonable for all involved.
I didn't threaten him.
I threatened.
Sorry, Adam threatened Yolo. Guy complimented Arwen's ears, so he's everything's coming up Millhouse for him. Upon arrival, the party has been sent to meet each of their individual delegations, who are seemingly here at Rivendell as well. And Dell has decided to stick with Tyler because she didn't want to go see Gandalf on her own, given that everyone keeps talking about how important Gandalf is. And I also didn't need to do a scene where I talk to myself. That's a different character in Lord of the Rings.
Kind of wanted that a little bit.
No, I mean, the day is young. Yolo did go to find Gandalf.
All right.
No, Dell, I think you should go and take Yolo with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. Can we go back and get Goldberry and Tom Bombadil? Send them too.
Yeah. Get them all drunk.
Anyway, in the interest of time, making sure we get Guy out of here in an appropriate amount of time, we are going to return to the realms of Middle-earth. Jesters, you are at Rivendell. You've arrived after a tumultuous journey that cost you one member of the Fellowgroup of the Ring, but you managed to bring the ring bearer safely to Rivendell. You've each headed off to meet the delegations that have sent you with some of that weird cross-memory stuff happening where you're meeting people that you as a jester are meeting for the first time, but that you seem to be familiar with as the story, as Tom Bombadil warned you, the story begins to adjust around you. And so, Guy, you've been sent to meet the Elves of Mirkwood, who have taken up residence in kind of a nice, one of the more pastoral areas of Rivendell amidst the trees. You've also been informed that apparently you're a prince. So that's a fun new fact. You arrive to the sort of crunch of leaves and amidst some very ancient and very carefully protected trees. And immediately sort of two elves dressed very similarly to you and to the elf you remember from the Prancing Pony materialize sort of out of the trees and immediately give you just a small like sort of like clasped hand to the chest and slight bow. But this isn't, the tone of this isn't hugely deferential. It's not, oh my God, we have to make the prince feel good about himself. This is almost like a military salute. Like it's just a small rehearsed and seemingly second nature gesture to these elves. but you don't get any hint of fear or pageantry to it. It's just an acknowledgement of your status. And one of them steps forward and says, "My lord, Guy, you have returned to us. We have been terribly worried. Did any of our scouts find you?"
Yeah. So, yeah, I did find somebody when I was in Bree.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes. So
Yeah.
Madinar Wittenray found you. Oh, he would have been thrilled. He was one of the most worried when we lost contact with you. Many separate parties have scoured Middle-earth, but the forces of the shadow are moving, and some of them have been lost to the enemy. Where is Madinar now?
I'm afraid that he's passed.
And like the elves stagger back a bit, and they said he's dead.
Yeah, he was killed in a bar brawl.
A bar brawl? Was he drunk? Did he betray his mission?
No, not at all.
Madinar, of all of us, the most dedicated.
Well, he wasn't like a piece of shit or anything. It was just like I was there in the bar, and so were some other folks, and he just got pulled into it. He was looking for me, you see. That's why he was in the bar. He wasn't drunk or anything.
And they look to each other, and there's a small smile, and they say, Then he died trying to protect you, trying to find you. That is a good death for him. He would have been pleased with that. He would have been honored by that. And here you have found us, and we have found you. So all is well. We shall remember him. Surely you laid him to rest somewhere appropriate.
Yes. We found a place in outside Bree, a nice pit. We covered him up, and I said some nice words.
Amazing.
Can you roll me a deception check at advantage? There's a lot of truth in this lie sandwich.
Oh, okay. That's a 6.
And they kind of look at you and say, a pit.
Well, I mean, it's a hole. Like, sorry. We dug a grave for him.
So he instead of reaching Valinor, he's in a pit outside a muddy, mucky town of... Okay, well, the important thing, my lord, is that he found you, and may we all aspire to his heroism and pits of our own. Please come with us. The others will be excited to hear. Were you able to find out any answers as to why the Nine ride the roads again? And he kind of like ushers you into an area around kind of a small pond amidst these trees, and like just elves, just a bunch of elves hanging out. They're all posed like they're in a Renaissance painting. Like everyone is just the most like effortlessly beautiful, graceful poses. Like one of them's like scratching his nose, but somehow he looks like a supermodel while doing it. They're all just kind of elegantly splayed out around this. But as soon as you enter, they all stand and give you the sort of quick salute.
Oh, I nod. Look, I'm really sorry. This is very unbecoming, but I have lost a bunch of my memories, and I will be having trouble placing a face to a name or vice versa. So if you can just take your time and really explain things to me.
Fun.
Because I'm afraid I'm not all there, my friend.
And all of them look legitimately crestfallen at this. And one of them actually gets a bit mad, and he says, I told our Lord that this was a risk. If you chase the shadow, the effects can be dire, and he still insisted on sending his son. This is, my lord, I am so sorry that this has happened to you. Please come, sit with us, have water, have food, and we will tell you all you need to know. You're too brave, my lord. You never should have faced this alone.
Oh, and
they kind of like
my hair
guide you
back.
over.
Thank you.
Yeah. And like almost subconsciously, a few other people do it after you in the way that people do around like royals. So they sit you down, and immediately it's just like clear water from a beautiful ornate pitcher. A variety of like fresh fruit is placed in front of you. And immediately they're like helping you off with your cloak. And it's not done in like a servant's taking care of their master kind of way. This is legitimately just like, oh no, you're hurt. Like let's get you comfortable. Let's get you safe.
Oh, that's amazing. It's like going to the salon, like getting your hair done.
Yeah.
It's just hair's
massaging your scalp. Like they're just getting like, and also you're filthy. You just went through you've literally just been through the ringer. So they're like, just immediately someone's like combing out your hair, and they're just helping. But again, you don't get the sense that any of them they all seem to be doing this out of a genuine concern for your well-being, not out of any sense of fealty. Can you go ahead and roll me an insight with advantage, please? Fuck! Fuck, I'm too comfortable. Fuck! That is admittedly, I get very uncomfortable, like massages and stuff, being like, this is too nice.
Yeah.
Things aren't supposed to feel like this.
Don't let it go out.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm so tired. I'm just like, I will take this. And they're all being really understanding, and like they're talking me up. 17.
17. You may lose your point of shadow.
Oh, yes.
Being in the care of people, you still feel the loss of Frodo, of Timothy McGristle, of your number one fan, Snoopwise. And the murders you've committed, but these people, again, to be surrounded by such kind of legitimate concern and selflessness is a real balm for that. And also, it's hard to feel bad in this beautiful little like pond and under this tree. It's just like, it's almost oppressively meditative. Like it's just super calming.
I have a quick question. Sorry, what is your name?
Oh, of course, my lord. The humans here have been finding my name rather hard to say. It is, of course, Winkas Pinkersnips, but they've been calling me Winky Pinkersnaps. And if it helps while you recover, you may also refer to me as Winky Pinkersnaps. I must say I find it very amusing that's the best they can do, but it's kind of grown on me,
Well, as long as it's grown on you, I will oblige this want, Winky. Anyways, Winky, the lady elf Arwen, am I related to her in any way, or?
And the elves all kind of laugh and toss their hair as they laugh and say, well, if you trace the lineage back far enough, all of us are connected to figures of legend. But if you're worried about pursuing her, then no. But my lord, she has eyes not but for that human who was fostered here, that Tyler. You may attempt, others have attempted to woo her, and trust me, Lord Elrond would be thrilled if another elf was interested, but she has only ever had love for that boy, who seemingly is lost and dead, so she mourns a ghost. Strange for us immortals, but here we are.
Immortals, you say? Huh. And are rangers immortal?
Well, the Dunedain do share some ancestral traits with us, the elves, but no, it is only the elven folk who live until we travel back to Valinor, the Undying Lands. Unless, of course, we are slain in combat, as our dear friend Maidenar was. And there's gasps. He says, "Oh, my apologies, friends. Maidenar fell defending our lord. Did he die well? He died well."
Yeah, he went out like a champ.
Yes, and was disposed of like a hero.
Yeah.
In any case, no, my lord, we can live forever until the burdens of this world are too much, and then we may return to the Undying Lands and have our burdens eased. In fact, there are many who are departing now for Valinor who no longer wish to remain in these blighted lands as the shadow of the Dark Lord spreads across them. I fear that Lord Elrond here may be one of the few holdouts.
Hold on, wait a second. So Valinor is that like heaven? Or is this another continent or something? Like these are...
It is the land from which we all came and the land to which we must all return one day.
Is that like, okay, so in like Deep Space Nine, Odo comes from a planet of goo, and then he goes back to a planet of goo. Is this some kind of do we become jelly on this place? Are we absorbed into pure light?
Roll me a persuasion just to see if they can understand what the fuck you're talking about.
I get it.
So does Tom. But I gotta tell you, Winky's having a hard time with this one.
Oh,
dirty 20.
Winky.
Winky nods and says, the shadow has taken much from you, my lord. But yes, this land of Agu, as you say, is similar to Valinor. Yes, if he was born of Agu and returned to Agu, then yes, your Odo would be like us. I hope his burdens were also eased when he returned to Agu.
Yeah, I think so. It kind of ended on a cliffhanger, and we were expecting another season. But okay, so if that's the case, then why doesn't everybody just go to why don't you just go to the goo? Why are you sticking around to make sure this ring needs to be disposed of? If you can just go to your heaven planet, why stick around here?
Well, my lord, you're one of the strongest proponents of defending this realm. Our people have been here for a long time. There are sins and crimes that have been committed against Valinor, against our people, by not just this Dark Lord, but Dark Lords past. We came here seeking an end to that, to heal this place. And some are losing hope and are fleeing. But for you, as you have often told us, and I know certainly for me, Winky, and our other elven compatriots here, we will find no peace knowing that the Dark Lord has consumed this land, that this blight exists. Some even refuse to let the other races, the humans, the dwarves, the hobbits, fall to this darkness. So no, we could leave, we could escape, we could flee, as your Odo did. But instead we must make a stand. We must stop the shadow here. Perhaps not forever, for the shadow will always rise again. But this shadow, in this time, we must stop it. We must destroy the ring and end the Dark Lord's reign. And only then may we find rest and leave future burdens to presumably the rest of your Odo's crew.
That speaks to me like that's like an insight for me that just kind of pierces the veil. It
Yeah,
really
point of
digs deep
inspiration.
down. Oh, I'm like, oh,
Nice.
damn. Oh, okay. Like on a level that I don't quite understand, that makes sense. So, yeah. All right.
And you have a glimpse as you're saying this of this almost, I mean, obviously minus the DS9 references, but almost this same speech coming out of your mouth with your hand on Medinar's shoulder and like inspiring him when he seemed to give you a similar thing. And again, it kind of tracks with your memory of falling in the water and him laughing and helping you up. And he just does seem like one of your sort of close companions in this group. And everyone feels close. This feels like a group who has worked together a long time. Feels a little bit like Wet Change, an elven Wet Change, which is nice. But my lord, you may not remember this. You set out in search of answers about why the wraiths were haunting the roadways. Did you learn anything in your travels? Do you know why the messengers are out there?
Those rascals. Yeah.
Rascals is their name. We've been mistaken. We thought it was Nazgul, but Rascals. Okay, yes.
Nazgul. Oh, no. Okay, well.
No, my lord, you're correct. You are obviously correct. It is Rascals. We have a hard time with the dark tongue has not been spoken in some time. So Rascals. That feels safer. That won't summon them.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
I even heard someone call them Little Nazgul earlier, and that was too concerning for me. But Rascals feels safe. So that it shall be. And everyone goes, Rascals, Rascals. Yes, Rascals.
I can't say for sure, but I have a hunch that they've been on those roads because they're looking for Yolo, the little hobbit. He has a ring and it makes him go invisible.
Eyes start to go wide.
And a ring, yeah. It's a pretty ring. Gold, has some like little inscription on it. I don't know. It's in some gibberish garbage language, but and the darndest thing is when he put it on, we thought it would make him like disappear, but those rascals were able to like just hone in on him.
By the trees, it's one of the rings of power, my lord. And he leans in and he says, we must take it for ourselves. Meanwhile, Tyler, you and Dell are headed to meet the Gondorian folk. And again, people are kind of like noticing you. There's a little bit of like hushed speaking. People definitely saw the whole Arwen thing happen when you arrived. And you are sort of gently guided where you need it towards where the folks from Gondor are staying. Dell is also quite aware of everyone staring.
Yeah.
And is just kind of leaning over like, hey, are you all right? There's a lot of stuff going on that is kind of not really your fault or our fault, but everyone's kind of staring and I think everyone kind of knows our business. So you doing okay?
I think I really fucked up with Arwen, Dell. You're good at talking to girls, right? Like, do you think you could help me like smooth things over with her? She seems like a really important ally. And I don't know, there's also just like a part of me that like I didn't know I had before. And now when I see her, like my heart aches. And
oh, buddy. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah. She winces as though the pain from her blackened, like just like veiny, like
okay,
ring wraith wound.
You don't have to do this for me now. Like
I do.
Dell, no priorities, Dell.
Yeah, no. I'm good. Okay, so she said that you ghosted her, right? Like you just didn't. Yeah. You disappeared for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for Dell. So let's see how much. Nope, that's a 4. I'm sure Dell has inspiration, so I'm gonna roll, and it's not much
Dell
better.
Rolls a 4. It's like bitches be crazy.
No, like, well, I think you kind of need to figure out what you did to be an asshole to her. Like, did you actually do something, or were you just not here? Because I don't really know how we're fitting into this like, story world that we're in. And it seems to me that like some stuff happened that maybe, I don't know if your other self meant for any of it to happen. Like, that's what you need to figure out. You need to figure out whether or not this, I don't even know what his name was, but like whoever he was, he seems to have your name, but like, did he mean to do this, or could he just not come back? Like, do you think he died?
I guess. I feel like I've only started becoming this guy when I put on the fucking cloak.
Yeah, weird things happen when I put mine on too. Flashes to like Walker's eye exploding as an arrow. But I also don't like when Goldberg told me to just kind of follow that sort of pull towards it. Like that just happened to me. I just kind of went with that. I think this world is pushing us towards things that we can't really control, and it's clear that we're supposed to kind of go on the path a little bit, maybe. But I can talk to her. I mean, I can tell her who you are, and maybe that'll help because she'll know who you are now. And regardless of what happened with this guy who is gone, or he's gone. Whoever he is.
Yep.
I can tell her who you are now, and maybe that can start. But also, I mean, I also got to tell you, like, no lady's going to talk to you like that if she isn't still feeling something. Like that anger means there's something there for her too. Because otherwise, like, she wouldn't have bothered, if it wasn't open, if that chapter wasn't still open, she would have just like not cared.
All right. Quick follow-up question. Is it ethical for me to lead her on and try and rekindle this thing that I've literally never had with her, but I somehow feel a history with her?
Well,
that's messed up, I think.
Yeah. If you came back and she's like, "It's my husband," and you kissed her, that'd be really fucking gross. Yeah. You shouldn't do that. But I mean, Goldberg told me that like she knows Tolkien's deal, and that's fine. They don't talk about it a lot, but they know it. So I think just treat this as a fresh beginning, and if something starts to kindle between you and her, then great. But you don't have to just pretend to be in a relationship with her because whoever you was. I think that's kind of up to you and her to figure out. All right, cool. Thanks. Also, she looks a lot like Liv Tyler. Like that's uncanny.
Right. Yes, she absolutely
really cool.
does. I was trying to figure out who that was, but I haven't seen Liv Tyler in any big blockbuster movies because she was just never in any big blockbuster movies.
You didn't see Armageddon?
I don't think of that as a blockbuster.
Oh,
more of a planet buster, Also, I just forgot she was in it. I only think.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, look, it's Gondor, and sure enough, a number of folks wearing like kind of like a armor with the that tree that you saw on the ring that Adam found.
Yeah.
Kind of step forward, and unlike the dwarves and elves, these folks do not look relaxed. Like they're still wearing armor. They're not like swords and shields and shit out, but like they're still armed and seem to be kind of impatiently waiting. And one of them just kind of leans over his shoulder as you approach and says, They're here, ma'am. And a woman kind of pushes her way forward past them. And she's wearing like burgundy armor with, again, that sigil, but hers isn't embossed. It's like clearly a chunk of leather armor that she has carved the tree into. She's got kind of a long flowing brown cloak, big sword kind of sheathed at her hip. Bit of a Rhea Ripley vibe to her, like very kind of like fierce features, long, scraggly black hair. And she kind of stomps forward and sizes you up and says, "Right. And who in the hells are you?"
I'm Tyler.
She narrows her eyes. Tyler's dead. At least, that's what we assumed when my brother went looking for him and never came back.
I mean, I look like him, don't I? I like wince at that. I'm like, Arwen thought I was Tyler, so this should work.
We didn't know what happened to you. We've been doing our best to keep Gondor on track all these years. My father, he's been doing his best. But if you live, that means everything we've believed for so long has been a lie.
Oh. Well, maybe we just keep that to ourselves then. You know, I'm not looking to make any waves here.
You roll me persuasion at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, no.
At disadvantage, my persuasion roll is 7. I need to stop talking to people.
Okay, Dell's gonna step in for the assist. That's a 4
Hell yeah, Del.
and a 7.
All right.
And she says, yeah, we can be sneaky like rangers. And she like pulls her cloak over and then crosses her arms and kind of almost leans over to you like a 90s rap cover. And then just is like, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's improv, yes, and that zip zap zop. So I gotta. She's made the offer. I gotta cross my arms and I gotta go back to back with me.
Do it with me, otherwise it's weird. All right.
Now we're 2 rangers back to back, arms crossed, kind of sticking our hips out. Yeah.
And a smile, but not a kind one, spreads across her features. And she says,
Dells?
no, sorry, across this lady's.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no.
Says, Tyler, son of Arathorn, 9/30th heir in the right line from Isildur. You come in here and tell me, the bastard daughter of the steward of Gondor, that you've returned, that the king of fucking Gondor has returned, and that you want to keep it on the down low, you want to keep it quiet. If that were true, you wouldn't have come back. So tell me, and she draws her sword, what the fuck are you doing here, and what do you want? Because if it's a throne you be wanting, you'll have to go through me.
Don't want a throne. I put my hands up. I do not want a throne. I got a ring to deliver, I think, is my whole thing. I want to, how do I say this? I just want to tell a good story, I guess.
And her eyes kind of go wide and she says, a ring, is it?
Yeah.
You know, you've seen it. You know where it is.
Thereabouts, yeah.
And she kind of like leans in, so sheaths the sword, says, my brother Faramir's been haunted by visions, dreams of this ring. It has great power. With it, we could save Gondor. Hell, I might even bend the knee to you, accept you as the king if you could deliver that.
It's honestly not that great. Seriously, it is kind of shitty and causing a lot of problems.
My brother Boromir disappeared looking for that ring.
Oh, that ring?
Your eyes
I was
lowered to your cloak.
Fuck. Oh no, yeah, Boromir. He's probably looking for a cool one. I don't know.
Look,
maybe I got the wrong ring.
It seems the line of Isildur got rather thin near the end there. Look, if you've seen the ring, if you know its whereabouts, you're welcome in our camp for now. We'll speak more of it. I want to know what you know. It is of the utmost importance. It's the only way we can keep my people, once yours, if you still care about such things, safe. So you come in and you tell old Denethea what's going on, and we'll see how we end up. And you, she looks at Del, she's like, the fuck's your deal? Del's like, I'm part of it?
Yeah.
And says, fine, bring her too. Get these two warm meal and something to drink. Curious to hear more about this ring.
Oh, okay. I cannot express how unwelcome I feel. And like I don't want to stay here with these people anymore. I want to go somewhere else.
And Tyler, I can tell you, unlike the rest of the team, you do not get to roll to remove a point of shadow.
Oh no.
As Denethia and her escort kind of like politely usher you in, like when the mafia says they want to have a little chat. And kind of bring you and Del in next to the fire.
I'm getting made.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna be a made man. This is great. Hey, where is everyone?
Yeah, Layla's playing.
Oh,
Beautifully. Don't worry about it though. It's gonna be great. Your Irish friends aren't invited, but you are, so it'll be fine, Joe Pesci. Meanwhile, Adam, you are surrounded by dwarves and friends. You've told them you would explain how you survived the dragon, and they've all passed around some mugs. Everyone's relaxed and happy to see you, except for some people who are giving you some odd looks from the edge of the crowd. So the dwarf who is seemingly your father sits down in front of you and says, "All right, lad, you've got drinks, you've got a comfortable seat, and you've got a rapt audience. Now we need to know how did you survive a raid on Smaug? How did you do it?"
First, I guess I'm like, since I'm like Wario-esque, I'm kind of picturing the room is full of like various Mario Bros or something, like Marios and Luigis and Waluigis and like other kind of.
Yeah, but as long as the Waluigis are short and squat.
Yeah.
None of this The Hobbit movie bullshit where they're like just tall, like short humans. No. This is like they're fantasy dwarves. They're all fantasy dwarves. Yeah. But yeah, they can all have different colored fucking overalls and shit if you want in your head, not canonically, but in your head. Then I'm game with that.
Yeah. Okay.
You hear from the crowd. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm kind of like, if I see there's people in the back and they're all like, kind of being all weird, I'm going to be like, I'm going to just like motion to them to kind of like come a little closer, and I'll be like, my friends in the back, look, I can't tell a story if people aren't into it. Come closer.
And they kind of like, there's a little bit of shuffle stepping, like a kid called out in school, and they sort of make their way forward, arms crossed, a little standoffish. And
okay.
Your dad, I guess, will turn around and say, "What? Surely none of you have a problem with the fact that my son came home. My boy's back. He's back." And one of them, she just kind of like rubs a thumb along a scraggly, kind of hairy jawline that's covered in scars, and she just says, "Oh yeah, that's great for you, Glowing, but where's my daughter, huh? Where are the rest of our friends? How did this one come back from another one of those damnable, foolhardy raids in Erebor? Why is he the only one who made it out, huh? You think he's just saying it? It's strange. Every dwarf who goes into that mountain ends up dead and toasted. But this one, young one, untrained, untested, he goes in, he comes out. I'd say he's a regular Grungus took." And at that, all of the dwarves spit on the ground in rage and stare back up at you.
Too, if they're spitting.
And we'll find out what happens next after this commercial break.
More spitting.
Yeah.
So, Adam, you've been accused of being a Grungus took, and everyone spat on the ground. You spat on the ground too, and your father, Gloin, just turns and slaps you on the back and says, "He's got an answer. Surely the boy's got an answer. He's no Grungus took." Everyone spits again. "That's not how I raised him. Tell him, son. Tell him how you made it out of Erebor. Did you win? Did you kill the dragon?"
So, okay. So from this, I get that there is a dragon named Smaug. We were going in there to fight the dragon, and that I had a team of people with me.
You had joined an expedition, apparently.
Yes. to go look for treasure. I think that's I know from that like dragons usually hoard treasure from like myths and things like that I have read. So I'm going to assume that this was like, you know, a dragon guarding a treasure and we were going to get treasure. So I think what I'll do is I'll be like, well, first of all, I think we need to clear the air. One by one, everyone here who looks sad and feels like they've lost someone, call out the name of your child, and I shall tell you how they died heroically in battle, because every single one of them did.
And there's some wahs of like appreciation for this tactic. All right, so unfortunately, everyone puts their hand up. The entire room puts their hand up, and then one's like, "No, I think the lad means on his expedition, not all the failed expedition. We'll be here all night if we talk about." Everyone.
Oh, right, that one. Sorry, it wasn't clear. Thanks, Daddy.
You're welcome, son. But tell the people of their loss. We knew when Dunfor said he was taking another expedition to free the lonely mountain from the clutches of the dragon, of the great worm. We knew this was a possibility, folks. This isn't new. So hear the boy out, and then we'll hear how he got out. So one hand goes up and says, "Tell me what happened to Dita Dietz."
Oh, yes. Dita Dietz. Dita Dietz. Wonderful, wonderful Dita. We were approaching the main area where the dragon was. The den, I guess you could call it. And we were walking down a long hallway. And then I was walking, and they were walking ahead of me, and they turned around and said, "Boy, I sure love my parents." And then this trap happened and absolutely smashed them against the wall. And I was like, "No, I'll tell them. I'll tell them that you love them." That's how they sadly, heroically died.
And everyone kind of nods sadly. Says, but you see a cocked eyebrow from the back of the room. The person who put their hand up says, "But there's been a lot of expeditions into Erebor. We built those halls. Why would we fall for one of our own traps? We know what to look for."
You know, and that's the real tragedy of it, isn't it? Because I remember before we went in, everyone's like, "All right, remember, we built these. We know where the traps are." And then, you know, I think they were just so overcome with love of their parents, because we were all, it's a long walk, right, from the entrance to where the dragon is. And we're like, "Well, what should we talk about?" And then we're like, "Let's talk about why we love our parents." And they said, "Oh, I'll go first." They got really excited. There you go. Just triggered that trap and sadly, heroically died.
You know how I know you're lying? Because if they loved us, they wouldn't have gone.
No, but
no one can take back Erebor. It's a loss. And Glenn's like, yes, we've all had the conversation. Look, our best shot was Thorin, and if he couldn't do it, no one can. We none of us can. All right, it is time we let it go. We're all aware of this, but son, just tell us how you got out, okay?
Okay.
Sure, these people how you got out.
Nobody else wants to know how their kid died. No.
Well, you just said they all died from traps and stuff. So no, tell.
How did you get from traps? Some people died in other ways.
Adam.
Yeah.
I didn't let you come with us when that damn wizard took us to that hobbit's house because you weren't ready. And it's not been that long, and now you think you're ready. You went and you somehow made it out. You're unblemished.
I remember, Daddy.
Aside from losing your armor, losing your axe, how did you survive? We're better dwarves than you have fallen.
Well, as I said before, a lot of us died from traps, and a lot of them were very easily avoidable. But the various topics that we were talking about on our trip there just got everybody really excited, and they just kept triggering the traps. And I was fortunate enough just to be around, kind of like I was bracketed by the excitable ones and who were triggering the traps. And then wouldn't you know it, it was me and Dunfor who were in the cavern. And well, not to make a pun of his name, but he surely was done for when that dragon just blasted him point blank with fire. I remember he said he said that dragon doesn't look too big, and he ran right at him, saying all the curse words he knew. Some I won't even say. And that dragon just turned and blasted him like nobody's business. And then it was just me against the dragon.
Well, that does sound like Dunfer. That everything, wah, 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 like there's wahs of agreement. But you, if it was just you against the Great Worm, then how are you here?
Hey, look, I'm trying to build the story, right? Like, I'm not just going to tell you the end.
You faced off against Smog. It's something many of us have died. My friends died trying to do.
All valiant friends and all died heroically, I might add. Just because I survived the fight doesn't mean that I'm somehow better. We're all heroes here, right? And all our dead children are heroes as well, yes?
Did you kill the dragon?
Oh, let me tell you what happened.
No, tell me, did you kill the dragon? This is a simple question, son.
There I was. Dunfor was just falling in like a heap of burnt bones. And I looked that dragon right in the face and I said, you better believe you're going to get a whooping. And so I ran right at him. And he lunged at me. I dodged to the left. His tail comes at me. I dodge to the right. His claws try to grab me. I roll. Then, next thing you know, I get my fist and I give it a kiss, as I always do. And he and Smog kind of just looks at me, and I'm like, you know what this bad boy can do, baby? And I did what I like to call a star punch from this play I saw called Punch Out. And I go, burp, and I gave that dragon an uppercut, and it wailed quite a wail, and it fell backwards. And as it fell, the treasure went flying everywhere into all these little crevices that were around, and it was on its back. I did the 10 count. He was out, but then in one last burst, he blew fire on me and I dodged, right? But then it burnt all my armor off, and I was embarrassed. The dragon was embarrassed, and the dragon got knocked out after that. And then there was a big old rumbling because the dragon was so embarrassed. And then I got knocked out of the. There was I remembered because we built these tunnels, right? There was another tunnel that opened up. It looked like it was like a trap, but it was maybe like some trap that wasn't finished. And so the door opened and I tumble out all naked like, and roll on out of that mountain. And wouldn't you know it, I found a couple nice folks. One was, they were both painters actually. And they gave me these woolen clothes, and then I traveled a bit, and I met up with my companions.
Adam, I'm going to roll a deception check as the mists swirl up around.
Oh man, perfect.
That's right. It's a spooky success or a fearful failure. And Adam, we will find out the result of it next episode.
Oh no. Oh no!
Oh my god.
This episode of Jesters of Middle-earth features the voices of Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside lore master Tom McGee. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Middle-earth's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Torres, and our ad breaks use the track Snow Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, whose music was provided by freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's DUMBDUMBDICE.com/JOIN. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Alex LaFountain, Mickey Blake, Corpse Knight Silver, Adamir 101, The Dankler, Anti-Core 7, Lady Destiny Stormbringer, Randall Eberly, the Yes Bud of improvisational comedy, Lord Taser, Funky Stevie, J. Robert the Mad Fox, Derek Wintenberg, Optimus Omega, Laura, the Workaholic Mr. V, LMX, David Friend of New Haven, Emilio and Minions, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.